Hello, friends! With Update 1.6.9, we saw the introduction of legendary fish ponds in Stardew Valley. The initial data made them look crazy good, and it wasn't long before patch 1.6.13 nerfed legendary fish ponds that were more profitable than intended. Well, Concerned Ape is at it again with another legendary fish pond tweak. So, what happened this time? Are legendary fish ponds still worth it? I asked my team of scientists to redo the experiments again, and we've got some new results for you. If you find this interesting, please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know if there are other topics like this you'd like to see as well. And as always, if you appreciate the scientists as much as I do, make sure to send some love for them in the comments. With that said, let's get into it. It's been over a month now since the original nerf, and I think Concerned Ape came to the same realization that a lot of us have. The legendary fish ponds were really good on average, but the roe production was so spiky that the money was really dependent on RNG. You could make a ton of money, but you could also go full seasons without any production from an unlucky fish pond. In the patch notes, the balance change listed looks like roe will be produced more regularly with smaller, more frequent outputs. According to the notes, the average daily value will be higher, but is that true? And if so, by how much? In this new experiment, we compared the different legendary fish over the long term and collected a total of 1,000 data points to see where each legendary fish stands. For this experiment, we assumed mutant carp and glacier fish would have similar output, since their value is the same. Here's what we found. First, let's take a look at the data for each fish. Before this update, it was typical to see an output of 0 about 80% of the time for most legendaries, and over 90% for Legend and Legend 2. As you can see, the new dataset has a much lower chance of 0 output. There is a cost though. Let's take a look at a bar graph showing the probability distribution of each fish. In previous patches, it wasn't uncommon to see 10 roe in a pond without a golden animal cracker and potentially even higher. Even with a sample size of 1,000, I only saw one instance where a pond produced over 5 roe. It looks like the quantity of roe also correlates inversely with the fish value, with cheaper legendaries like angler more commonly reaching 3 to 5 roe. This isn't too surprising if the goal is to balance the fish out. So, how much roe should we expect on average from each type of legendary fish per day? Here's a summary for legendary fish ponds without golden animal crackers. Compared to the data set from patch 1.6.13, it looks like there may have been both buffs and nerfs, with crimson fish taking the biggest hit. Of course, this is all empirical, so luck may have been responsible for overestimating crimson fish in the last test. With all of that in mind, let's take a look at the updated numbers for each fish from lowest to highest revenue. Still in the number 5 spot is Angler and Ms. Angler. With the small boost to average production, they are up to about 1,634 gold per day for aged roe with the artisan profession, which peaks at 3,269 gold. Nice. Again, since the base prices are the same and we're assuming average output is also the same, glacier fish and mutant carp are still tied for third. Their artisan aged roe drops just slightly to 1,704 gold per day. And with an animal cracker, these both can earn up to 3,407 gold per day on average. Crimson fish is still in second place, although it really took a hit compared to the last test. The 780 gold roe scales up to 1,791 gold per day when aged. With the golden animal cracker, it's swimming just under the 3,600 gold per day mark. And not surprisingly, Legend keeps its spot in first place and even widens its lead. The roe is still the most expensive at 2,530 gold, but with the more frequent output of smaller quantities, its aged roe will reach 3,542 gold per day. The golden animal cracker puts it at almost 7,100 gold per day. Here's a quick comparison of typical maximum outputs, assuming we have artisan and golden animal crackers. Legend is almost double the value of all the other legendary fish, and it looks like the rest of them are actually pretty close. Despite a much lower base value, even Angler is keeping up pretty well with its higher quantities of roe. Well, there you have it. Hopefully, this is the last video I have to do about legendary fish for a little while. What do you guys think of the change? Do you like the more frequent and consistent output? Let me know in the comments if this changes any of your fish pond plans or if I missed anything. This was another quick one, but hopefully it helps you with the legendary fish pond rebalancing of 1.6.15. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, please give it a like and subscribe. Oh, and I'd love for you to come say hello on Twitch too. Until next time, goodbye.